Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of What's Up Spidey? And I'm here with my good friend Jonathan, aka Batman, aka DC Extraordinaire. We just finished seeing the Kenshin movie Part 2 live action, and we're here in Union Square area about to go home. What'd you think about the movie, John?
It was good, it was good. A little too much like Empire Strikes Back in terms of like how they flowed the story, if you get what I mean.
We're about to spoil the shit out of this, so if you guys do not want this movie spoiled, then stop watching now. But basically, what happened was we just got a whole strip like ripped out, kind of like we were just talking about this Tokyo Ghoul. How if you watch Tokyo Ghoul's anime and then you read the manga, it's like, wait a minute, why are there only 12 episodes of this show? And then we're 80 chapters in the manga, like what's going on? That's exactly what happened in the Rurouni Kenshin movie right now, so we're pretty like annoyed at it, and whatever, what can you do about it, right? So basically what happens is we have Kenshin's there hanging out with Karu and Yahiko and Sanosuke and what was it, Megumi?
Oh yeah, Megumi.
And then he gets a call and they're like, hey, Kenshin,
They want him to take care of Shishio, basically.
Right. They're like, hey, Shishio's back.
Yeah, the government calls him to take care of Shishio. Shishio's their dirty stain in history since he's killing a lot of people again. Basically, the flow of the movie was that Kenshin goes in, he meets up with Shishio's, like two Shishio's men from their, mind you, the 10 sword group. And this is a 2-hour movie, considering the 10 sword guys, like, there's a lot of them. They all took pretty big battles with these characters. They condensed that into 2 hours. You only seen like 2 major fights out of that.
It's like a whole season is dedicated to this fight scene.
Exactly.
And they like just chopped it up. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
Like Sanosuke is supposed to learn the one fist move from one of the 10 swords that we never got that scene.
They didn't get up to that at all. They kind of skipped it. He went on a journey doing like comic relief in a sense. Like,
right.
He didn't last long in the movie.
And then everybody was saying like, oh, Sanosuke was the comical relief anyway, and I'm like, not that much.
Nah, he had his serious tone, like his serious side to him.
He really did, and they just decided to, just ruin.
Yeah, he was too comical for my taste. Like,
but,
I like funny, but that was too funny for him. He's not that kind of character.
He was more of a serious character to me. They never explained Yahiko's story at all, so I'm just assuming that we're not getting it at this point.
Nah, we're not. He spent most of that movie being a dirty little kid. Like, he's never taken a bath in his life in that movie. There's so much dirt on that little boy. Sanosuke was no cake either. It's like they never touched water in their lives.
Like in the Captain America movie, when they're like, somebody get that boy a sandwich, or like just like, somebody get that boy some soap and water.
He needed it. He really did.
Somebody please wash
The
this
sad
kid.
thing is, Yahiko is with 2 women all the time. Not one of them mentioned that he looks so dirty.
That he's sorry guys, my arm is dying. But yeah.
2 women with him all times. Like, if I was that kid and my mother seen me living like that, she would have definitely said, go take a bath right about now. Like,
right.
I don't want to hear anything else. You're going to take a bath. Not one of them said anything to this kid.
And then we
Yahiko
get like those
so dirty.
We get those subtle hints too, like, oh, Kenshin, I'm going to show you the fruit of my labor. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That was never explained at all throughout the show.
Yeah,
so it's like, okay, fruit of what labor?
His training. I never seen him do any real training like going on in that movie at all. He kind of just showed up, did some little sword skills. Kind of surprisingly that he actually knew how to fight a little bit, but it was like, where did he learn how to fight like that? Like, it just kind of came out of nowhere.
Right, and then Karu had, let's move over here for a second. And then Karu had all of her, we'll go on this side. Sorry guys, we're in Soho, so we don't want to get all these random people. Let's get this wonderful advertisement here. All right, yes, advertisement. So, you know, what's her name? Kara just kind of had a whole bunch of people in her dojo too. We're like,
she
what's
had
going
a
on?
a full school. Never really seen that before.
My arm, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's like, okay, she only really ever taught Yahiko. I never really saw her with anybody else. It's like, why is everybody else here? And they're all cleaning the dojo and everything.
Yeah.
Kara's dojo plays a very serious role in these
It
movies,
does.
opposed to in the anime, it was kind of like their place to live instead of a place where she earned money. It's kind of confusing too, like how did she make money through all this? Because you never really see anybody paying her or anything like that. And then you look at more so, right, and you're like, plot holes.
Yeah.
A whole lot of plot holes. So it's basically like if you didn't watch or read the anime or manga, you would not know what was going on inside the movie at that time period.
Yeah.
Hang on, guys. We're gonna drop you down here a bit because my arm's hurting, so pay no attention to my double chin.
It's alright. If they watch the movie, they'll forget about that and notice Dirty Yahiko.
Dirty Yahiko.
That's all he is.
My God. So
Dirty Yahiko.
So we're not gonna get all the way in there because we don't want to spoil absolutely everything for you. But what was his name? Aoshi just becomes a fucking like mass murder slayer, opposed to like, why is he even trying to kill anybody in the first place?
They made his character a little weird, so it's like.
All right.
They made his character a little too weird for my taste. Like they should have introduced him in the first movie before they decided to put him in the second movie.
Right, because nobody died of the Obi-Wan group in the first movie, so it's like, why does he want to kill Kenshin so badly if nobody was dead for him to avenge? He'd gotta be avenging something.
Yeah, but that was a poor excuse for him in this movie. Like they could have done better with that one.
They could have done more, guys.
Yeah.
And then, what's his name? The cigarette guy.
Oh, Saito?
Saito fucking walking around with a never-ending cigarette.
Yeah, I actually like the way they handle Saito. He's the only one I think they seem to get right in that whole movie.
Yeah, because he's like killing, smoking.
Yeah, he does his thing.
All in a day's work for Saito.
Yeah.
Just always walking around the anime trying to find a cigarette anyway. So I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that he has one. So then, what was the kid's name? I forget the kid's name.
Sojiro?
Sojiro's kid. Yeah, Sojiro, who works for Shishio, right?
Yeah.
He just decides to kidnap Kaoru again. So, you know, Kaoru got kidnapped in the first movie.
Yeah.
Now she got kidnapped in the second movie. Magically, Kenshin finds a horse and rides off to go find her. He leaves everybody else behind. He leaves Sanosuke behind. He leaves Saito behind. People that could actually help him during the fight. To just run off on a horse to go save her on a boat, on a ship in the middle of the ocean, and then they just
other 9 members of the 10 Swords.
Right, just chilling there, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna burn her. And he's like, no, don't burn her. We're gonna burn her now anyway. No, don't burn her. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. We're gonna throw her ass in the ocean.
Yeah, that was a little over the top when they kicked her off the boat. I was like, come on.
Like, what's the point of that? Like, and then Shishio's like, oh, how stupid of you to jump into the ocean and go save your woman over a pointless lover's quarrel. I'm like, you just kind of threw his chick over a boat. Like, like, hello?
Pretty much. The way they handled that was just like, come on, guys. You know, she's gonna be kidnapped every time they're gonna have a serious battle with the final guy in the movie.
I think it was also kind of rude too because Shishio has his chick and he just never put her in harm's way, so I wouldn't imagine, like, he respected each other, you know, like in the anime, I forgot her name, what was Shishio's girl's name, but the actress that played Shishio's girl was fucking ugly. There was just something wrong with her. I was like, what's going on? She had like a weird nose or a weird mouth, I don't know. What's her name?
I forgot. I didn't pay much attention to her.
I forgot her name.
She didn't do much for the story except for saying yes, yes, absolutely. That was basically it. She didn't do much.
She stabbed Kenshin.
She didn't. She was just...
Yeah, she did.
She stopped him with the... in the anime she did.
Yeah, in the anime she
in
stabbed.
In the anime she did something. In the movie she didn't do anything.
Right, in the anime she stabbed Kenshin. In the movie she kind of just poured drink, so it was like, I don't even think they said her name at once. They probably said it once, and we just forgot about it.
Yeah, it wasn't a big scene. She was just pouring a drink.
Right, and
basically it.
in the anime she had a bigger role, so that was kind of unfortunate. God, the wind, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna stand on this side.
Yeah.
We're just catching everything in New York City tonight. But yeah, you know, it's just like, I feel like they could have done a little bit more. We got what we got. At this point, like with all the movies that are coming out, like how I said in my last review, I'm not going to judge any more movies based on like the anime, manga, or comic book. I'm just going to base them on whether or not I like them during that time period. What do you think?
I'm just going to let it fly the way it is. I mean, until I see the last film that they have going for it, we'll see how I put it all together as a whole trilogy. So far, it's the flow of the story. They made it new. So
Right.
It's not like I'm going to expect anything that I already know. But if they're taking too many liberties, if they do that anymore, then it's just going to change the whole story around. And I don't know if I want that. But I'm already 2 movies in, so I might as well continue on, right?
We have to see what happens to Karu now.
Yeah.
And the fact that Kenshin got picked up by his master at the end. Kenshin just winds up on a fucking island, and there was a crab there, so I was like, look, it's Dead Man's Chest. He's gonna be like Jack Sparrow.
That's basically how it all ended. Like, Empire Strikes Back, Luke losing his hand in a sense. That's kind of what happened in this movie.
Right, right.
Super cliffhanger.
Right. Or like how I said again, when Jack Sparrow, when he got eaten by the Kraken at the end, and it was just like nobody really knew what happened. It's like everybody came back to, what's her name, Calypso's house, and then she was like, what would you do to get him back? And then, okay, we gotta go here. Like, all right.
Although
Thanks.
not Aoshi, he's not gonna do that.
Right.
He's gonna be busy raging for some unknown reason. This movie is like he has terrible roid rage. That's basically what happened.
Oh my god. And guys, we just kept laughing. Like, I can't go to the movies. If anybody ever beats me in real life, I can never go to the movies or shit like this, because I just start laughing. Like, Jonathan called Shishio a dried up raisin.
He was. That's what he looked like. He was just like, he was so ugly, but I know he was ugly in the comics, but like,
it was just like,
they made him like a raisin. Like, it was bad.
I have to pee now, damn it. Like I can't even, like it was just like, oh my god. Like, I mean, they did a really good job. They did a really good job of making him look like a burnt victim. And then at one point he was just standing.
Burn victims look better than what he looked like.
He was fucked up.
Yeah, he looked bad.
Oh, and before they burnt him in the movie, they stabbed him like 80 times, then threw him with a bunch of people, then set him on fire, and he still lived. I was like, this motherfucker don't die.
Yeah, they really went in on making it look like they tried to kill him. He came back. I don't know how, but he did.
Like, and then they showed his blade though, the blade that he uses, like how you
the
said.
serrated blade with all the fat stored into it. That was pretty cool, but they didn't show him fighting with it. So it's like,
it wasn't explained.
Yeah.
And we also had Kenshin get his new sword, and we had that little scene. I mean, that was cool that they added that in, but like I said, they stripped away, like, we got 10 chapters out of 80 right now.
Yeah.
Like, they basically stripped away everything from the plot line. I was like, okay. I mean, at least the
it was like a summary of everything.
Right. Right, and at least we got that little bit of a glimpse. I mean, once again, I know that they can't add everything into the movie, but we did get that little summary glimpse of him getting the sword and everything, and then they showed the subtitles, and then they took it away real quick, so we didn't get to read it. But I was sneaky, guys. I took a photo of it, so I'll like add in the picture later on in the video. But it was a pretty cool movie. You know, I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it, yeah.
I had fun with it, yeah.
You know, the cool thing about the Village Cinema, we didn't stand in front of it because there's not that great lighting. I mean, it's nighttime, so what can you do, right? But the cool thing about it is the fact that I just brought in food, just a whole thing of food. And I went to the art store today, guys. So right here, this is a mat board that I purchased from Blick. And I'm going to be doing soon the Mikasa 3DM gear video for Attack on Titan cosplay, so that's going to be coming to you guys since I got it tonight. And yeah, pretty good time. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye, guys.